So we'll get started, and here in the middle you can see I have my Angular application running on port 4200. On the left here I've got my Express application running on port 3000, and over here you can see my MongoDB is called Project Part 3, and if I use that and run show collections, we've got two collections, one called bikes and one called users, and if I try and display all the users there's actually none at the minute, and that's actually a good thing. So getting on to the Angular application, at this home page, we have a navbar at the top with three routes: one for the home, one to log in, and one to register. So if we just stay at home, and here we have just a title and my name and some general information about the technology used and some advice for using the registration system and for the login system, and then at the bottom we just have a footer with the project name again, my name, and links to my Facebook, my LinkedIn, and my GitHub, and they're all working, so you can have a look at them if you like. And sure, the first thing we'll work on is the registration. So let's not put in anything. Okay, so how about these? No, it doesn't like that. Please fill in all the fields. Okay, username, no. Okay, password, we'll just go 1 2 3 4. Just 1 2 3 4 will do. Please use a password that's 8 characters or more, contains one special character and one digit. I'll have to use my student ID, so I'll use that and just add an exclamation mark at the end, and that works. So I'm registered, and just to check that worked, we'll just check the users collection, and look, we have a new user. His name John Crawford, email, username, perfect. So if we want to log in now, we just have to use the same username and the same password, and then we'll be logged in. And oh, what's this? We have new routes. So instead of just home, login, and register, we now have all of these new routes that we can see, and we have a logout button as well. And the login and register routes are now hidden because it doesn't make sense to present them to the user when they're already logged in or they're already registered. So they're hidden now, and we have these routes instead. But for now, let's just go back to the register. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna register myself again. So just put all the same details in again, exactly as I did before. Username is unavailable. Oh, well sure, that's easy. I'll just add a 1 to it. Oh, and the email's already associated with a registered account. Oh, but I don't have another email, so I'll just have to remember my old one. So we'll log back in now, and here at the dashboard we're just given some instructions on how to use the application. So you can go to add a bike to the collection, and that's the link. We can go to all bikes to see all bikes in the collection, and we can go to users to see all users in the user collection. So we'll go to add a bike first, and we'll add just a serial number and a model. Oh, they're all required, so I can't just add half a bike. I have to add all the fields, and so I'll just have to get Pig bike images, copy image address, post that in there, bike created. So now we can go to list of all bikes, and these are read in from the MongoDB, and we have ID, serial number, model, type, and a picture, and a delete button as well. And here you can see the bike that we have just added, and we can delete that again with that delete button. And we have this users collection, and here you can see the user that we created earlier, and here we can run this command which displays all the bikes, and because image URLs are quite long, it is a little bit messy, but you can see them there. So what happens if I actually try and access one of these routes through the browser when I'm not logged in? So I'm logged out, so let me try this. I'll try and access the dashboard. Oh, I'm redirected to the login page again. So I have my API and my Angular app all in the same folder, and my API I have I had to implement more than one model and more than one route because I was using more than one collection, and they're just used in the app.js. Then you just bring them in, it's not too hard. And in Angular, I just had a folder of components and all my components, and I had auth guards, and I had some services for validating passwords and for interacting with the bike collection and for interacting with the user collection and for some authentication. And I had some models that basically work the same models. Mongoose schemas are kind of like it's the same thing. There's just ways to model your data. And I suppose it's important to show that when I added that bike, that it's actually in the database. So if I go find all bikes, you can see the Peppa Pig bike down here. So it is interacting properly. I used my own login system. I didn't use the Facebook one. It's too much to go through, but it's all on my GitHub, and yeah, that's pretty much it.